Hey everybody, welcome back. I just wanted to do a quick video here to talk about my experience with using lean ground beef lately on my weight loss journey. Anywhere from like 93% lean to 95% lean, 5% fat to 7% fat. And so far, for the most part, I've been, trying to stay leaner, lose weight. I still got a little ways to go, but it's been work. I haven't been eating a whole lot of red meat. I mean, mostly white meat, a lot of chicken, a lot of turkey, things like that. I haven't been eating a whole lot of beef because even the lean ground beef, the leaner meat is still, in the Weight Watchers system, it's still kind of high in points. Like even for just a few ounces, it's like 3 points or so. And yeah, if I mean for a burger, even if you just did like an 8-ounce burger, half a pound, that would be quite a bit, probably like 10 points right there. I love burgers, but I haven't been eating burgers for a long time simply because of that, and I can't use lean ground beef for burgers. I love it as an ingredient. I've been using it for, the lean ground beef, like anywhere from 93 to 95% lean. I've been using it for tacos, excellent. Use it for chili. I haven't tried meatballs yet. I tried it with burgers and it was just like cardboard, dry, kind of chewy, kind of flavorless. But it works well as an ingredient. I've done it with tacos. I've done it with chili. I made a tamale casserole with it. And yeah, it works well as an ingredient, but just on its own, even if it's seasoned well, it still is just a little bit too dry. But I mean, it's been working for my weight loss journey. Like I said, I haven't been eating a whole lot of red meat. I've been going for mostly white meat, pork chops and chicken breasts, boneless, skinless chicken, boneless, skinless turkey. I've been going for, because pork chops are pretty, like ribs are the favorite of mine. They're really high in points, but lean pork chops are pretty low in points. It's on average like 1 point for every ounce of a pork chop. So yeah, you can still get a good sized pork chop, 8 ounces, which is more than enough for me now at this point with my stomach, and it's 8 points. Like I said, 1 point for 1 ounce, and it fills me up, especially with the vegetable. And if I have a starch too, like a potato or rice or pasta. So yeah, I think for burgers and meatloaf, stuff like that, I'll have to try meatballs. See if the lean beef works well, because you get the sauce usually with the meatballs, like Swedish meatballs or barbecue, or there's usually some type of sauce with meatballs, marinara. Um, I'll have to try that, but I tried the lean beef with meatloaf, and I tried the lean beef with burgers, and it just didn't work for me. My wife and I made burgers with lean beef. Although the burgers weren't that good with that lean beef, we did try keto buns, which were all very low in points, and they tasted just as good to us as regular hamburger buns. So that's my story on that, and I just want to talk about who inspired me to cook, going all the way back to the time. I always loved to eat ever since I can remember, even though I was a little pickier when I was younger. I've always loved my food, and I think going all the way back to my childhood, I started cooking when I was 13, 14, and I think it was 13. And my grandma was a big foodie. She was a great cook. Both my grandmas were great cooks, but mom's mother, my father's mother died when I was only 5, so I don't really remember her cooking. But from what I heard, is she was great. And you know how much ice cream? I wonder how much ice cream she had to buy. She used to make vanilla shakes for like a whole mob of us, like 20 people, and it's a couple scoops of ice cream, like 2 or 3 scoops goes into just one shake. I'm not sure how many shakes she made, but I imagine she had to buy a lot of vanilla ice cream. If not sure if she was making chocolate shakes too, and yeah, she was 100% Polish, so she was a real good cook. And my grandma was more the Irish cook. She lived to be like almost 90. She passed away when she was 89. She lived to be until I was 30 years old, so I have a lot of memories of her. But she was a great cook and loved to cook, loved to eat. And I think she inspired me when I got in, especially once I got into it. And I told her I was going to culinary school and after high school, and she said, "Oh yeah, I knew from the time that you were, you started cooking, that was the thing for you." And she said, "You went for it," and she said that she was so glad, so happy for me. So that makes me happy, even though I'm not doing it anymore. I tried it, and after 10 years, I had enough of food service. The the cooking is just part of the job. When you're a chef or a cook, there's so much other stress that goes along with the job. I could do a video on that Actually, I think I will do a video on why explaining, a lot of people don't understand, but explaining why I got out of food service. And I think when I was in home economics class, I hated the sewing. I was in 7th grade. Um, I think it was like 12, we had trimesters. I think it was like 12 weeks long. So we had like 6 weeks. Yeah, that's what it was. We had 6 weeks of cooking, which I loved, and 6 weeks of sewing, which I hated. I couldn't do. I had my mom, I don't know if she remembers, I had her help me do a lot of the sewing at home. I think I had her sew like a basketball for me. I didn't even know how to thread the needle on, or didn't even know how to use the sewing machine at all, threading the needle on with the thread. But yeah, I love the cooking, and I think my home economics teacher inspired me. I think she said she needed a volunteer. Nobody was volunteering. She said, "Oh, why don't you come up here, Jeff? We were making dessert pizza," and she inspired me. She's like, "Oh, I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I can do it, Mrs. Powell." And she's like, "Oh, come on up, Jeff. You can do it." And she's like, "And you're gonna love it." And sure enough, I loved it, and I got up there in front of the. I had a fear of giving speeches, doing demonstrations, being up in front of a class, but I got up there and helped her out, and I was like, "Wow, this is pretty easy. This is kind of fun too." And I really gained a lot of confidence really fast with cooking, even though it was in front of other people. You know, she was doing most of the work, but yeah, I think she was the one that inspired me too when I was 13 years old. So yeah, that's all I gotta say about that, about lean beef and who inspired me to cook. So I'll talk to you all real soon. Have a great weekend, everybody. Comment, like, share, subscribe, question, and I'll talk to you all real soon with another video. Have a great weekend, everybody. Talk to y'all soon. Bye-bye.